It's Saturday night. I think it's Saturday night. It is Saturday night.
It is Saturday night.
It is Saturday night. Hey, folks. Good evening. We got a good one coming up tonight, I think. Something different. Ravioli lasagna. And it took me a second to figure out exactly what that would mean. And then Mrs. Old Guy kind of explained a little bit what that entails. So I think I've got it together, and I think I know how to make it, and we're gonna have some fun. Got some cream-filled donuts, raised donuts that we're gonna be having for dessert. So, yum.
Ronald, sir.
I'm sorry, who?
Ronald.
Ronald. Hey, Ronald. Good evening. Good evening. And I forgot to pull down a couple things. That's okay. But I'm going to need them later. If I can find them. Oh, way in the back. Pull out my cocoa. I'm going to need it for the top of the donuts.
Yep.
I hope everybody had a good week. It was all right here. Cold and snowy, but it is January, so I guess depending on where you're at in the world. All right, I'm going to roll up my sleeves. Got kind of lots to do here. Get the pasta going and get these donuts rolled out and cut. They are a raised donut, so I made the batch just like an hour ago, and it's been sitting here doing its rising thing. So pretty quickly I want to get it rolled out and cut, and so it gets its second rise. Okie doke. Well, I guess I'm just going to start with, I got this here before I forget. Are we good?
Yep, we're good.
We're good. All right. So, they got a reduced items bin at the local Kroger store, and Mrs. Olkay came across this plant-based, non-dairy Parmesan-style cheese. So it's fake cheese, and she definitely cannot have it. You may not know, but Mrs. Holguy is allergic to potatoes. She can't touch it, have anything to do with any kind of potato. And the first ingredient is modified potato starch, so she's not going to be trying this.
Eli's here.
Hey, Eli. Good evening. I'm just looking at this bottle of plant-based Parmesan style cheese. It was real cheap. The grocery store had it closed out, probably because nobody was buying it.
Natalie's here saying hello on her lunch break.
Hello, Natalie, on her lunch break. We are trying plant-based Parmesan cheese. There ain't no dairy at all.
We're not trying.
It
He's
does.
trying.
Yeah, she's not gonna try. It does smell like Parmesan. Here, you can smell it. I don't think that'll jack you up.
Yeah, it does.
It does smell like Parmesan. Kind of looks like it. That Parmesan Romano stuff that you get, in the shaker. Oh, that is not pleasant. No. Got the perfect spot for it. Yuck. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh, boy, it sure smells better than it tastes, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it
Wow.
didn't smell too bad.
That was terrible. Yuck. I guess if you like plant-based foods, you would probably be okay with it. But anyway, I'm gonna let's get the pasta going here. Don't want to screw around too much. It's gonna be a good one tonight. Might take me a little while. Bang. So just a little dab of olive oil. Start mixing this up and we'll see what happens. All right. Ravioli lasagna. So, how am I going to make that? I'm going to make sausage ravioli, hot Italian sausage ravioli, and a veggie lasagna. And how it works is a layer of like lasagna. You start at the bottom like lasagna. You know, this little sauce, the lasagna noodles, the cheese, the topping, the filling, whatever you're putting in. You know, and then you follow it with some more. And that's what I'll do, except for when I get to that second row. It's going to be a row of the sausage raviolis that I'll have to make and cook just beforehand. You just kind of alternate it like that. You know, I'm hoping to get 2 rows of the ravioli. I mean, I want some sausage.
Natalie says, "What did the janitor say when it came out of the closet?"
Supplies.
Yep.
Yes, I finally knew one. A little on the dry side. Finish getting this mixed up real quick. And I'll cut some donuts. Then I suppose at some point here, another one of the first things I do will be the custard for the filling.
Hi to Doug. Is he watching?
Brother Doug? I don't know that he is. I will say hi, Doug. Hi, Char. But they are on vacation.
Oh, that's right.
And I don't know where they are staying. I don't know if they can get YouTube on their
right.
TV. So,
Johnny Smallpepper, sir?
Mr. Smallpepper, fine good evening to you, sir. I am getting pasta made for this ravioli lasagna. That should be good. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, I am. Gonna be cutting some donuts for their second raise on these cream-filled donuts. I guess it depends on where you are in the country. Bismarck, I think I've heard them called Bismarcks, because it's filled with a custard cream, not like a jelly donut, which is just called a jelly donut. All right, how's that feel? It's a little stiff, but by the time I get that little bit of moisture in there, it just wouldn't be worth the effort. So, into the bag. Resting time to go to sleep. Go to sleep. All right. Clear this out of the way. Let's get some pasta dough. Or not pasta dough. Some donut dough on the table. Look at that. It rose beautifully.
Yum.
Smells good. Let's get a little flour out here. I just love raised donuts. I like cake donuts too. And if I want some for the next day, donuts, for next day, I'd rather make cake donuts. I think that they keep better than a raised donut. That's just my personal opinion. All right. That looks good. I'll get some water in here. And I'm not scraping wallpaper paste.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than a dried yeast dough. All right. It's going to be good.
Smells good.
It does. Yeah, smell it. Yeah, the dough already smells delicious, and I haven't done anything to it yet. This is just maybe a half a batch. It's not going to make very many. That's okay. We're not going to eat very many. Looks good. I'm just going to use a mason jar lid, small one, to cut these. Since I need my table space, we'll let them rise on the cookie sheet. When we get close to cooking them, I'll throw them in the fryer. The fabulous, fantastic Farberware fryer will make its appearance tonight. All right, yeah. These are going to be good. I can just tell by the smell of this dough. Dough! All right, so you guys, you know what we're having. We're having sausage ravioli lasagna. What are you guys having? That's what I want to know. Hey, it's only fair, right? It's only fair. Not asking for much. Just a little basic info. All right. Set this back here. I'll get that covered in a minute. Let's get this one rolled out. Oh yeah. It's working very nicely. Looking good. Still looking good. We'll see how many more I get. I figured I was going to get maybe 10, and I think I might be a little bit off, but close. Yeah. 6, 4 is 10. I might actually get 11. We'll see. There's 10 of them. I don't know.
We'll see.
Maybe a partial, a little one, kid size. Little kid size one. Good enough. All right. Get stuff kind of put away. Cover these up. Definitely do not want them to dry out.
Johnny says he's never made donuts.
Who?
Johnny Small Pepper.
No. I did it really just learned how to make them just because I got tired of paying prices at the grocery store for. Now, it's not like buying a donut is super expensive or anything, but when you don't live close to one, or you're a cheap sucker like me, you don't want to pay the money, making them yourself is a great option. Just takes a little practice. I've made some pretty crappy donuts over the years. And I like them both equally, raised and cake. They both have qualities that I like about them. For instance, raised donuts, they pick up a lot less oil than cake donuts do. But for me, they don't keep as well for the next day. So
Johnny said he agrees with you.
awesome.
And John's here.
Hi, John. Good evening.
Natalie shared your stream on her community page. On her community
Thank you,
tab.
Natalie. All right. Donuts are raising, cut and ready to rock. Get my rolling pin put away. Give this tabletop a quick wipe off. That went really smooth and easy. Woohoo! I'm liking that.
Yeah. Steve Russell's here. Greetings.
Steve Russell. Good evening. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. All right. So we've got some pasta dough made. I've got some raised donuts that are cut and raising. They should be good to go by the end of the hour here, or the end of an hour. Whew, I'm going to take a second just to catch my breath. And
John's having homemade chili and cornbread.
oh, that sounds good. Homemade chili brilli. Imagine some brilli and corn shed.
Sounds good. We'll have to do that soon.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Let me get things a little more slinged up here. Neat. What do I want to make next? What do I want to make next? I want to bring these veggies over. Turn on some water here, and I'm going to start by blanching the tomato. And I'll get some veg cut up. And I'll bring out the sausage. And I'll show you, it's my new favorite kind, brand, at least, of sausage. There's a lot of commercial sausages out there, and so far this is my favorite. So I'll show you a bit.
Lisa's here. Hi from Lisa and Wildman. What's up?
Hi guys, Wildman. Ow! Lisa, good evening. This yummy ravioli lasagna. Just to catch you guys up, made some pasta dough. Got the donuts cut, and they're over there raising. Just getting ready to start blanching some tomatoes and get veggies cut for the sauce, and that's kind of where we're at. Although I do want to know what you guys are having for dinner. So I'm not leaving you off the hook for that.
Steve Russell's having steak fajitas on the Blackstone.
Oh, yum! Steak fajitas are delicious. That sounds really good. I'm going to get some veg cut to go. Like I said, I'm decided to make it a sausage, ravioli, and a vegetable lasagna. I'm not going to go too crazy with the amount of vegetables. Just, some peppers, onions, and I got a zucchini to go in there too. So I'm just going to get these all nicely diced up. And going to saute them in a pan for just a few minutes just to cook some of the rawness out of them. I'm not 100% sure that they would cook to my liking just on a bake cycle with the lasagna. So get these kind of diced up. Oh, this is going to be good.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. I remember when I had my restaurant. I was a full serve Italian restaurant, and there's this one gal that would come in and get my lasagna. She said it was to die for. Now, I don't know if I'd die for anybody's lasagna, or unless it's the menu. If you guys have seen the movie The Menu. In fact, has anybody seen the movie The Menu? That's a good question.
We've seen it.
Huh?
We've seen it.
Yeah, I know we've seen it. Well, that's why if I'm going to talk about it, I'd rather not. I'd rather not give anybody these spoilers. So if you plan to go see it, maybe I won't talk too much about it. All right, let's get this onion sliced up. That looks good. That looks really good. And some oregano. I'm not going to throw that into the pan, but I do have it to put in. Garlic. All right, let's get the pan going here. Water's hot, ready to go with these tomatoes. Wink, 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 wink. Wink. Use a bowl for those. All right, that's getting hot. Let me get a little oil on the bottom of the pan. Ravioli lasagna. Well, I like both, so why not put them both together? Although a lot of the ingredients are the same, so it's almost a little redundant, but it is different. So I'm kind of looking forward to trying it, to making it.
Lisa said Wild Man had little smokies and kraut and potatoes for dinner.
Okay, cool.
Funky Food with Dave's here. Good evening.
Hey, Dave. Good evening, sir. Unless it's both of you, in which case, good evening, Paula. Hi, guys. Oh, woof, woof, to Jake. All right, let's get this in here. That's not quite hot yet. I'm going to give it a minute. I'm a little hyped up just because I'm really hungry. And I want to eat. I want this to go well. And I'm pretty sure it will. I don't see why it won't. Tomatoes are cooperating. How nice. Not quite on those. That's okay. Check my pan. Am I getting hot here? Give it another minute. So, Dave, just to catch you guys up, I got some pasta dough that I made right here. In the back, I got some raised donuts going. I had the dough already made, and I just rolled them out and cut them into the little rounds to make the paste, to make the cream filled. And I'll be getting to that here pretty quickly too, like the vanilla custard.
Dave says he's hungry as well. Just got done snowboarding.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you live real close to ski. We don't live as close. The closest one I think is what they call Powderhorn, and it's about, I don't know, an hour or a little more, hour's drive. I've never tried snowboarding. I did spend a full season in Breckenridge as a ski lift attendant. Now that was a cool winter. My job was skiing from one ski lift to the next ski lift to give the ski lift operator a break so he could go skiing. What kind of fun is that? I mean, spent my day skiing. It was awesome.
Dave says lasagna and donuts. I'm in.
Yeah. I'm all in. 100%. I was being a little stubborn. Let's see if I can coax it. There we go. Okay. Woo! Tomatoes are good. Shut that off. Let's get rid of the water. And I'll use that in a minute to start getting that sauce built. In the meantime, while the pan's cooling down, let's get some oibs ready. Gotta have a little oibs. So I got some fresh oregano. And by the way, if you have never tried just sprinkling fresh oregano leaves on top of a pizza and before you bake it, oh, you don't know what you're missing. Please try it. It is so good. All right. Now these are some thick clusters. Got a lot of leaf. Nice. I just love the smell of fresh herbs like that. Oregano, basil, rosemary, you name it. Any of these aromatics.
Natalie's having Subway tonight, a spicy BMT with extra pickles.
Oh, yum. BMT is almost my go-to. I like the new Italian one that's got the capicola, but the BMT, hey, I've had a million of them. Well, not a million, but set that aside. All right, let's get this zucchini sliced up. All right, just gonna do a quick.
Steve says Subway is way too expensive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, really, any place anymore is just expensive.
He said, and never filling.
I get full, all right. It just, you know, everything's expensive. So if I'm going to spend my money on a sandwich, it really depends on where I'm at. If I got access to another sandwich shop other than Subway, I'll probably go there.
Yep.
I like Subway okay, but
Dave says homemade donuts bring back great memories of my childhood with my grandparents.
awesome. Yeah, my mom used to make donuts all the time. She never made raised donuts. She always made the cake, but I can remember, I could always tell when it was baking day, because I'd wake up in the morning and I could smell the bread. She hadn't even put it in the oven yet, but you can just smell it rising. It's like, oh man, that smells so good.
Jared Tierno's here.
Jared, good evening. Just getting a little veg ready to go inside the lasagna.
He says, and they are the kings of false advertising.
Who?
Subway.
Subway, oh yeah. Well, they got sued over their foot long. Yeah. And let's see there, what else was controversy with them? Oh, that their tuna salad wasn't made with tuna.
Yeah.
I never heard any more on that, but so I was thinking, wow, that's pretty ridiculous. All right. Gonna get the rest of this filling going. Oops. Oops. I almost forgot Charlotte.
Oh no.
All right. A little bit of Charlotte in there. Charlotte. Let's get that in there. All right. A little salt.
Scott's here. Hey, Tom and Mrs. Old Guy in chat. Hope you all are doing well.
Good evening, Scott. Getting the little veg ready to go into the lasagna. So I got onion, bell pepper, and the zucchini, a little salt, pepper, black pepper, and some white pepper. Looking good. All right, let's finish getting these veg cut up here. There, come on. All right. I'm gonna get the basil. Just like I said, the smell of fresh herbs. It's like forget regular aromatherapy, man. It ain't got nothing on fresh herbs. They don't call them aromatics for nothing. All right. Don't need a whole ton. Okay. These roll up, slide that over so you can maybe see it a little better.
Scott says, I'm just having split pea soup and a salad for dinner. I had Hawaiian barbecue for lunch, rice, hurricane chicken, and whole Tallulah pork.
Oh, that sounds good.
Kula, K-U-L-A, Kula.
Well, sounds good. All right.
Eli says, I picked up a part-time overnight job about to clock in. I'll have to catch you on the replay. Have a good stream.
Eli, thanks for coming in, buddy.
Have a good night.
Yep, work safe. Okay. Let's get these pulled out. They are cooked plenty enough. Okay. Now let's grab that sausage I was talking about. Well, a lot of times I just make my own, but not always, right? So let me just kind of come over here, get my little wandy light here. Just turn on, darn thing. Okay. Can you see that? Villa Roma hot Italian sausage. If you see this, pick it up. It is really good. I got this at a local Kroger store. Can you see that, Miss Solgeir?
Yes, I can. Very
Okay.
good.
Good. Okay. Shut that light off. I'm only going to use half of it. The other half I'll make some Italian sausage sandwiches tomorrow for lunch. Okay. And as far as spicy or hot, I've seen lots and lots of Italian sausages that say spicy or hot, but not as hot as this.
Yeah, this is really nice and hot.
It does, yeah. It has a nice bite to it. It really does. Dave, I would say it's even like a good solid 1. Amazingly hot for what it is. All right, let's get this set aside.
Johnny's doing a tomahawk steak and the fixings live next Sunday at 10 a.m. Hope you can join. We'll watch the rest of this tomorrow. Cheers, all.
You bet. Have a good night. Thanks so much for dropping in.
Scott says, speaking of work, I start my volunteer firefighter position in a week. I have a ride along on the engines and ambulance next Thursday. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. And what kind of training did you go through to be able to volunteer? I imagine you have to have some kind of some kind of training. All right, get a couple more of these tomatoes ready. Still got to cut them parts out. Got to get that sausage smashed out. Try to keep up with everything here. All right. Not exactly the right tool, but it's what I'm using. Okay. Get rid of these ends here. Ouch. Come on. Ow. Couple more. Come here, you. All right. Turn the heat back on. Got a little white wine. Dump some of that in there. Give these tomatoes just a quick little cut. Should have crushed them, but I didn't do that. Oh well. They're going to get a stick mixer here shortly anyway. Okay, that's good. Let's get the oibs in there. So far, so good. And I'm not going to put a lot of this. I just want a little bit of that in there. Just for the caramelization. Get some onion going.
Johnny Small Pepper said, by the way, shared you out.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you very much.
Scott said, just had to interview, do a physical test, and background check. Everything else they will train me on. 70% of all the fire departments are volunteer based.
Yeah, I know. I realize that. I just didn't know if they might have, There's some kind of training session that you might have to go through. But yeah, okay. That's cool though. Get this sausage browned up. That is some lean sausage. Wow. Cooking fast. Okay. Woo! I don't want to leave it now. Finish it. Okay, let's deglaze that pan just a little bit. Oh yeah! Awesome. Okay, let's get some onion in here, some garlic,
Scott says, oh yeah, I'm going through training for sure. Every Wednesday and Saturday night we have 2 hours of training. I'm not allowed to do anything until they certify me.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna say, I didn't think they'd just have any old Bob off the street. Hey man, come on here, help us volunteer. Okay. Anyway. Get that crunched in there. Give these a couple of minutes. That's off. Okay. That can just simmer. Let's get the sausage filling made. Not going to go too crazy with the ingredients inside this. Come on. Ravioli, just real basic and simple. Like the flavor of these dried onion, so I'm going to add a little bit in there. Some parsley. Got an egg in there. Sausage going in here in just a second. That's kind of warm. What do I do with that pot holder? There it is. Don't want to burn my hand. No. That wouldn't be good.
No.
All right. Sausage. All done. Let's give it a taste. All right. Some salt. Some white pepper. And what did I do with it? I didn't put it away yet, did I? I did. Put away my garlic. Not quite done. I need a little bit in there. It's a good thing I pulled a stack of spoons.
Yeah. Did you turn on your oven?
Huh?
Turn on your oven by chance?
Did I turn on the oven?
Yeah.
No. What do I need the oven on?
For lasagna?
Jeez. I gotta bake the lasagna? Crap, I better hurry up.
Scott says, when they interviewed me, it seemed they wanted to know if I had done any healthcare work before. Am in shape, am in normal, and why do I want to be a volunteer?
Makes sense to me.
John says, this chili is good with with this jalapeno cornbread.
I bet. I love cornbread. Cal definitely needs to make a jalapeno buttermilk cornbread. Really, really good. Okay, sauce is going. Ravioli time. You pasta maker. Here comes the balancing act. Let's see if I can get this darn thing to clamp down. This table doesn't allow me much of a bite. Oh, all right.
How are the dogs doing? Scott wants to know.
They are doing really well.
Sleeping at the moment.
Yeah. And Thursday, Miss Polly is going in to be fixed, or Monday. And no more puppies. All done with that. All right. Let's see here. Need some salt for my pasta water. Get some in there. Okay. Turn to seawater. Get a couple of these things out of my way. Put away the rest of my sausage. Ugh. Put a little storage bag here. Okay. Might as well grab the cheeses while I'm standing there. Okay. Let's get some pasta rolled out. Feels all right. Suppose I better open it up.
Scott says, glad to hear that Polly's getting fixed and you don't have to worry about any more surprises.
Yep.
Had to be fun taking care of puppies, but I'll bet it was exhausting work.
Well, the toughest part about it really, the two things that were the hardest, one is keeping up with the mess that they make, and I'm talking about waste, the lots of poop, and so, it's putting up with that in the constant battle of keeping it clean, but it's also, once they get to a certain age, they still are up all hours of the morning or night. So I would sleep on the sofa so that Mrs. Old Guy could sleep through the night, and I would just just sleep a little later in the morning once I got to go to bed. But a lot of times that wasn't until 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. So, yep, after a while they're not puppies. They are 4-legged, eating, walking, pooping machines.
Scott says I have taken care of puppies before, and it's a lot of work.
It is.
And cleaning.
Yep. Now, in the winter, or I mean in the spring and summer, it wasn't bad at all, especially once they got to be about 5 or 6 weeks old. They could go outside and play most of the day outside. So most of the mess stayed outside.
Yep.
And it was a lot easier to clean their room when they were outside. So the winter puppies, that was a little harsh on my nose senses. Whew. The sense of smell, just nobody burned more incense than me, except for maybe some of those like Buddhist monasteries or whatever where they burn incense all the time. They may have burned a little more than I did, but burned a heck of a lot of incense. All right. Let's give this a blend out.
Scott said my friend's dog had a litter of 12 puppies. We cleaned their spot twice a day, and it took like 30 to 45 minutes.
Yep, it takes time. All right. Put a little tomato paste in there. Provided we need to get new can openers. Both of the ones we have are like almost completely wore out. They barely work. Some tomato paste. This has got the Italian oibs. All right. Get that mixed in here. Okay. I'll return that back to the heat in a minute. Let me see here. May have jumped the rail a little bit quick rolling out this pasta. Come on this way. Go. Because I still got to make my custard, and it's got to have some time to cool. So I'll finish rolling this out, and then before I move on to anything else, I'll get that done.
Scott said we also had to be really careful with Mama Dog, as she was very aggressive when anyone got near her puppies that she wasn't familiar with.
Yeah, that's pretty much the same with most dogs. Mommies, very protective, or Another animal that's really protective of babies is a bear that I can think of.
Yeah.
Last thing you do want to do is mess with a mama bear. Alright. We sure had our share of bears here last fall.
Yeah, we did.
Alright. That looks pretty good. Let me get just a little bit of flour on there so that doesn't turn into just a big sticky pile here. Come on. Close enough. Cover that up. So let me get this made here. Little flour and cornstarch. Sugar. Where'd my cup go? There it is. I'm going to do a cup of milk and a cup of cream. You do not need to do cream, but when I'm making custard, I like the richness. Okay. Sugar, flour, cornstarch mixed together a little bit here. What am I doing? I don't want that in there.
What is it?
A little bit of veg. That's okay. Caught it before I got too crazy. All right, I need some yolks.
Greg Wells is here.
Greg Wells. Good evening. We're having fun with lasagna ravioli. And right now I'm trying to make some custard to go in my donuts. Oh, come on.
Scott says I was always worried about coyotes, bobcats, rattlesnakes, and mountain lions when my dog would break out of the yard and go into the fields. But he always came home.
Yeah, well, I guess it just depends on, what your dog runs into, because some critters will definitely kill a dog, but then again, it depends on how big of a doggy you got.
Yep. We had a fox in our yard the other night.
We did? There's been one cruising around town. All right, last one. Last one. Okay. 3 yolks and a whole egg. Didn't want to have any shell. I don't care for crunchy eggs. Okay. And you kind of
Greg Wells says his bug, he worries about rock wallabies, snakes, and enchinitas or something.
Huh. What, for
Yes.
dinner?
No, that's what he worries about with his pug,
Oh.
getting bit by snakes and enchinitas or something. And he goes, when I let him run down the back, and the ticks.
Yep. Yeah, we worry about ticks as well.
Especially when we hike in the mountains.
Yep. We've always got those tick and flea collars, and they've always seemed to do the trick. We've never had to pull any off of them, so. All right. More out of the way.
He says Australian, so he must be Australian. Joshua Maxwell's though.
Joshua Maxwell. Good evening. Happy Saturday. All right. Raviolis.
Scott said he was a 70-pound golden retriever, but he had a very good sense of his surroundings.
Oh, yeah.
I used to joke that he was 40% domesticated and 60% feral. He lived to be 17. I was lucky to have him for so long.
That's awesome. Yeah, I missed my first Chumley. He was something.
John says he's so full that he's getting sleepy.
Uh-oh. Okay. Let me get this.
Echinitas. I hope that's right. He says, easy, wow, to pronounce it. Cassandra's here.
Hey, folks. Good evening. So it is lasagna, ravioli, and I'm also going to make some custard cream filled donuts. The donuts are rising, looking beautiful. Getting this custard ready. And let's see, I've got my marinara done. Turn on the hot water for cooking this pasta. I'm going to start by making my sausage raviolis, and then I'll layer those into a vegetable lasagna.
Scott said I got a tick on my ear once when I was a kid, and I'm still traumatized. Haha. Joshua says we're grilling cheeseburgers. My dad's getting better after surgery, toe surgery.
I didn't know he had surgery, but I'm glad he's doing better. Absolutely.
Scott said custard-filled maple bars are his favorite kind of donut.
Maple bars? Yep. Yeah, when I go for donuts, a lot of times I grab the custards.
Yep. We don't get them too often though out
No,
at the store bought them.
no, not very often. No, not when I can make them, cheaper. Maybe not easier. It's definitely not as easy as just picking them up and paying for it. But. All right. Looking good here. Starting to thicken. Taste that sauce.
John says, now I want donuts.
I hope so. That's part of the purpose of doing this. Looking good.
Scott says old-fashioned donuts are a close second.
Yep, good old-fashioned cake donuts. Like I was saying a little earlier, if I want donuts for the next day, I will make cake donuts. If I'm looking to want to eat all the donuts kind of right away, I'll make the raised donuts. Regular donuts. Now these custard filled, that's a little different. I'll be good with that tomorrow too. All right. Looking good. Okay, temper this out a little bit. Temper, temper.
Greg says, oh my God, pineapple donuts as a kid, I think they are extinct.
Pineapple donuts. Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of those.
Dave says, Paula wants to know, Paula wants to know, do you ship?
Do I ship? I do, but there's no guarantee of freshness. I have no idea how long it would take. I guess I could overnight one, but then you're talking about a pretty pricey donut.
Greg says the big ones with the pineapple glaze. Oh my God, drool. That sounds good.
Yep. It does sound good.
Joshua says he is diabetic, so he has a wound developing on the bottom of his foot pad.
Uh-oh.
And the big toe they took his big toe and got big toe to get blood and wound, and it's better. Had another medical issue also.
Wow. Well, I sure hope he recovers good. All right. A little vanilla. And I'm going to have this old guy put this outside. And hopefully...
Scott says, I love pineapple upside down cake. So do I. I love that. That's my favorite.
Yeah, and I never have been particularly fond of that particular cake. I don't know. But I might be more open to it now because it's been a long time. Here you go. I'll let you put that outside for me. Okay.
Dave says, oh, bummer. Oh, well. About shipping it.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I think I'm done with this. I just hope I made enough to do both. Okay, let's get this out of my way. So far, so good. Oh, I've wasted all my spoons.
Uh-oh.
Now I gotta rinse one off. The tragedies will never end.
Dave says, well, good night, Mr. and Mrs. Old Guy. Have a great night and take care.
Well, thank you very much for hanging out
Yeah.
with us. I appreciate that very much.
Have a good night.
Woof woof to Jake. Okay. Let's get these.
Joshua said, stay positive. God is good. John said, Scott, how about pineapple upside down cake donuts?
Yeah, I suppose if you were making baked donuts, you could probably do that. As a matter of fact, I've got some new baked donut pans that I'm going to have to try here.
Scott told him you wouldn't have to twist my arm to try it.
The only thing with doing this is I'm not even sure how many raviolis I need.
Steve wants to know what you usually get at a Mexican restaurant.
Me?
Yep.
Yeah, I just kind of stick with the normal stuff mostly, like burritos and stuff. At least until I know if they're a decent Mexican restaurant. If they are, then I'll start trying like other stuff like fajitas and whatever, but carnitas. But I won't go there if they don't have a decent burrito. Just So I hope that answers your question okay. First dozen. I think I'm only going to be able to make a dozen and still have enough to make some lasagna noodles, so we'll just call it good with 1 dozen.
Greg says, sorry, the clean spoon he was trying to find, LOL. Scott says, just told Steve 2 shredded beef tacos and 3 mini carne asadas, street tacos with green and red sauce.
Yep.
Yeah, we like those street tacos too.
Oh yeah. There's a place in a town not terribly far from us that that's what they sell is those type of tacos. No other type really. And they got good food. They got huge breakfast burritos.
Yeah, they do. They got good green sauce too.
They do. Uh-oh.
Lisa says, hey, did you spin the wheel?
I did not. I will. I'm concerned on a couple of these.
Uh-oh.
Those two. Those, I don't know, they kind of broke through the outside here. And I just know if I try to put that in hot water.
Scott says, is it me or can anyone else hear Chum snoring?
Yeah. That's funny. That is really funny. Okay.
Yep, he's laying there snoring on the couch. Greg Wells says, oh my God, is that how you do it?
For the raviolis?
Yep.
Yes, sir. At least that's a way. I've made them without the little mold thingy. But, yep. That is how you make ravioli.
And Greg says, LOL, yes, I can hear Chum.
That's funny. Since I can't cook these in the water, I'll see if I can give them a little bit of a steam in the microwave. I don't like cooking them that way, but I don't have a whole ton of them, so every one is important. Can you just pop, pop? Ravioli filling exploding everywhere, right? Actually, that looks pretty good like that. At least it's mostly cooked. That's a good thing. All right. Let's get this cut.
Lisa said, okay, thanks. About spinning the wheel.
Yep. Where'd I...
Greg says Chum is almost as loud as my pug, Moby.
Funny. Okay. Lasagna, or the ravioli is done. Get my pan here. Try and approximate the size of these sheets.
Scott says I'm a light sleeper and my dog would snore all the time, and I literally moved his body in a way that so that he would stop snoring. By the way, he would never wake up when I was moving him.
That's funny.
Yeah, it is. Chumley's pretty heavy to move, though.
Yeah, he is. He is a heavy boy. Alright. Get these pasta sheets cooked. I'm hoping that's enough. We'll see. Alright. Next thing, I gotta get some cheeses grated up. Open the right door. So I'm doing the same cheeses that I did last week, which is the Asiago Parmesan, sharp, sharp provolone, and mozzarella. Yeah.
Greg told Scott Moby grumbles at me rolling over to the other side. Literally has a big sigh and grumble. Scott said that dog was my 125-pound English black lab. He was not light. So I know how Chum and Polly can be. Ha!
Yeah.
The dog in my profile picture is him. Looks like a good dog.
Let that run for a minute. Some cold water on there. Stop it from cooking anymore. Get this Parmesan. Just gonna kind of grate them all together and mix them up. Think about grating the hard cheese. It's hard. Good on that. Sharp provolone.
Greg says Moby is 10 kilograms, going on 80 kilograms. Thinks he is the boss and fearless of any animal. The little shit. Scott says I love dogs. I wish I could have one, but I work too much. Sadly, can't wait to get another dog. My next dogs are going to be a yellow lab and a Newfoundland.
Nice. Those are good dogs. A little sugar in there.
Greg says Moby comes to work with me, LOL. He's a working dog.
Awesome. Okay.
Scott says I think it's important to have two dogs so they can have company and friends at all times.
Yeah. I would think that with Chumley and Polly, but they're not. There's been more than a couple of occasions where we have had to pull them apart from fighting, and they weren't playing, they were drawing blood,
fighting.
Yes. Usually just over resources like bones or toys, simple things like that, snacks.
Yep.
What did I just do with the grater, Mrs. Old Guy?
I don't know. You didn't put it in the sink, I hope.
Well, I hope I didn't either. Well, it's in the sink, but not technically. Took it away before I grated my mozz.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
But Polly and Chumley do chum around a lot.
They do.
If one's there, the other one's usually there.
Yep. That's a fact. Just about got all these components together.
Craig says naughty doggies need a smacky.
Mix that up a little bit. Okay, I'll grate more if I need it. Let's start putting this thing together. Sauce at the bottom.
Craig says, oh my God, I wish I was there for dinner. It looks amazing.
So far it's smelling amazing. If I had a brain, I'd be dangerous.
Scott says, that makes sense. It really depends on the dog. My lab would have loved to have had a friend, but my golden retriever would have hated another dog in the house.
Well, they get along with each other okay, but they sure don't get along with other dogs.
No.
Like I said, sometimes they don't even get along with each other. Okay.
The other day when they fought, it was over a toy.
Yep.
They got new toys and they were fighting over that. Over them.
Piece this together a little bit here. Well, good, good. See, I shouldn't have mixed that all in there. Oh well, too late. That's okay, it's still going to be good. Okay. Sauce.
Greg's drooling.
I'm kind of drooling too. Veggies. Cheese. Okay, now the raviolis. That's coming close to fitting. A couple more would have been better, but I think I can call it good with that. Just kind of spread them out a little bit.
Greg
That'll
says,
work.
"Oh my God, now, oh my God, I'm so hungry now."
All right, some more sauce.
Wow, on top, woo.
Plugged in. Okay. Cheese is good. Okay. So another layer of the lasagna noodle.
Let's gonna be good.
Whoop. This way. Close enough. Got a little piece there, a little piece there. That'll do it. Whew. It's getting hot in the kitchen, guys. Okay, there's that. Might as well use as much of it as I can here.
Scott says, looks delicious.
Well, I hope it will be. Kind of missing a little bit of lasagna noodle. I should have another layer yet, but I just don't have enough. That's okay.
Pan's full anyway. Looks like.
Pretty much.
Those raviolis made the other layer.
Yep. Okay, there's that sauce.
Scott says, I really want to see the donuts.
They're coming up. I just turned the fryer on, and as soon as it gets hot, I'm going to start cooking them up.
Greg says, damn, this is a cure for anorexia.
Yeah, I guess, huh? Boink. Okay. More cheese. More cheese. Nothing's planned. I'm just hooking it. Yeah, there ain't no exact recipe here. Some of this, some of that. A little more to parm. Woohoo! It's almost oven time.
Yay. That means it's almost eating time too.
Yeah, well, eating time's gonna be a little while. This stream might run over a little bit, guys. 'Cause that lasagna's gotta bake for at least a half hour. Look at the mess I've made.
Greg says, back as kids on the ABC TV channel, we had a presenter called Peter Russell Club.
Peter Russell, huh?
And Scott says, random, but do cheese grafters freak anyone else out a little? I'm always afraid of my fingers getting...
Cheese graters?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Got it. After you've done it a couple times, you learn you learn to respect it and know what to do and what not to do.
Greg says his catchphrase was, "Where's the cheese?"
Mm-hmm. So that's a good one. Okay, fryer's getting hot. Put some brand new shortening in there, so these should turn out really, really nice. Looks good. With these ravioli makers, in the little box, they give you a little tiny rolling pin. It works okay, but all right, let's pick up a couple other things here. And by the way, I'm not going to waste the egg whites. Use it to make a small batch of Swiss meringue, and once you make it, it tastes a lot like marshmallow. So I don't know if you can see these if you were here at the beginning when I cut these out, but these have risen absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, they have.
They look really, really, really good. Waiting on the fryer. Where are we at? About another 100 or so degrees. It's going to take a minute for it to warm up. That's okay. Give me a second to kind of finish picking up a tiny bit here. Get this stuff put away. Get ready for the fabulous, fantastic Fabelware fryer.
Greg says that catchphrase was Peter Russell Clark's.
Ah.
Where's the cheese?
Peter Russell. I don't know, the name doesn't seem familiar, but
He's from Australia, I think he said.
hey, get this thing put away. Get in there. Here's that little rolling pin that I was talking about.
Scott said, I went to a bakery once and they made a raised glazed donut that was like 2 inches thick, but if you squeezed it as thick as a sheet of paper, but if you squeezed it as thick as a sheet of paper, best donut I ever had. Oh, thin as a sheet of paper.
Yeah, puffed up as they just, yeah. Light and airy, I think you're trying to say. These should be, I mean, I don't know if you were here, but can you see how much that has risen?
Lisa wants to know if you got coffee to go with your donuts.
We do. I'm not going to make it right now, but yeah. Later on tonight when we have another one. Because I'm definitely going to eat more than one of those.
Greg says, so how is the weather there, you guys? In Sydney, it's raining a bit and 20 degrees Celsius, like winter in the middle of summer.
It is, I don't know how it converts to Celsius, but it has been 20 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty chilly. I'm not sure what that equates to. It's definitely a minus. I just don't know. I don't have the conversion, and I'm not sure how to convert. So, all right, let's make some.
Greg says, little puff of heaven.
Some chocolate to go on there. Chocolate to dip donut into. Get this done. Heap in some powdered sugar. Where is it? Right there. Some vanilla. If you don't add vanilla to chocolate, you're not going to be happy with it. And unless you just want real bittersweet or something. And believe it or not, yeah, just a pinch of salt. Okay. Fryer's hot. Oh, fail.
What'd you do?
Oh. What did I do? Didn't do anything. I opened the refrigerator door and the basil jumped at me.
Uh-oh.
Alright. Let's get this mixed up real quick.
Scott said random, but have you ever put a treat in front of chums or Polly's nose while they were sleeping and see how long it takes them to wake up?
Yep. I have. And let's see. You know, I'm not sure, like, time-wise how long it took them, but not very long. A little bit.
J-Mart's here?
J-Mart, how's it going, dude? Making some chocolate topping for my donuts. I've got the custard filling outside cooling down. I've got lasagna in the oven baking. Ravioli lasagna.
Greg says, wow, I'm intrigued. You're making batter for those puffs of heaven.
Yeah. Yeah, not so much batter as it is just to
Like a
dip them.
frosting.
Like a frosting. Yep. Oh, good. It looks like it's just about the right texture. Right viscosity. Too thick and it won't dip, too thin and it just runs everywhere.
Do they call frosting in Australia? Or is it called something else?
Okay. Cooling rack. We're ready to rock.
Greg says, wow. Look at the spoon, please.
Okay.
Cool, thanks, Greg.
4 at a time is about all this thing will hold. Oh, that's gonna be good. And a little more.
J-Mart says, I'm going to a fancy Italian restaurant Tuesday, part of my work Christmas bonus.
Nice.
I love lasagna.
Oh yeah. I like lasagna. There's a lot of Italian foods that I like, and there's a lot fewer that I don't like than I do like.
Scott says, my dog was sleeping on the back of the couch and his jowls were hanging, and I put barbecued chicken in one of his jowls while he was sleeping. It took him 10 minutes to notice it.
Yep. I've done that with Chumley. And there's been times where I put, let's see, what was it? A Cheeto inside his jowl. He was laying on his back, and his jowl was kind of hanging open. So I took a Cheeto and just kind of laid it in there. It took him quite a while, at least a half hour before he rolled over. All right.
Greg Wells says, my name is Garfield, guess what I like?
Geez, it wouldn't be lasagna, would it? Oh. these are looking great. Woo! Hotty, hotty, hot. Freezing cold outside and nice and warm inside. It's going to get cold tonight, down to, I think, the single digits, like 5 or 6 or 8 or something. Pretty chilly.
Greg says, did someone say lasagna?
Lasagna? Lasagna. Oh, here they come.
Yum.
Oh, yeah.
Greg says that is cold burr.
It is cold.
Scott wants to know what Chum and Polly's favorite activity is. His lab loved it when he would put a thick bed comforter over himself and wrestle with him. He mouthed me a ton, but never bit me.
I think their favorite activity, there's an area about 15 miles or so from here. It's just open area. And a little dirt road access, and we go there, and it's just open turf, open tundra, and we walk about, I don't know, 2/3 or a mile up this road. More of a path than it is a road, and we'll let them play around up there, and we'll walk part way back, and I'll hold the dogs, and this old guy walked down to the car and opened up the car door, and it's probably a half a mile away or maybe a little more, and I'll loose the dogs, and man, it's off to the races. And they absolutely love it. That's they look forward to that run.
Greg says, OMG. G-Mart says, those cook perfect. Great color.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be really good. If you guys ever make these at home, at your home, here's a suggestion. Before you fill them with the cream filling, get you a bamboo skewer, stick it in there and kind of just swirl it around and make a pocket for that cream filling to go into. You get a lot more in, and it fills easier. So just a little hint, a little tip.
Greg says, those donuts, I so wish I was there.
This old guy and I have thought a couple times about trying to take a trip to Australia. We still might.
Yep, never know.
Alright, these are good. I'll take a peek at this. Lasagna's looking good. The Asiago cheese in that lasagna is going to give it a real nutty, sharp flavor. It's going to be good. Here comes the next batch. Yum. Okay. Let's get the last 4 cooking. Ah!
Bummer.
That's okay. 5-second rule.
Scott says he always heard Ireland was amazing to visit.
Oh yeah, that is a place I'd also like to go. That's one place I didn't make when I was in Germany. I did get to travel in Europe some, but I didn't get to go to Ireland, so that'd definitely be on a to-do list. I'll find a link for that later. All right. Oh, that's set up really nice. That's going to be perfect. These are looking good. Mrs. Old Guy, would you grab that cream filling?
Yep. Lisa says Wild Man said that they were eclairs. Or where's the eclairs?
Where's the eclairs?
Those ones are mine now. Sorry. Greg says those are mine now. Sorry.
Yeah. I love chocolate eclairs. I make those too on occasion. There is some pastries that I don't make, but most of the common ones, you know, like Danish and cream horns and donuts and stuff like that.
Scott says, how are you getting the custard into the donuts?
Aha! Aha! What a good question you have. I've got a needle tip for my pastry bag, and so that's going to fill them lickety-split. And that's how it's done, at least here. I had one of these, a tip similar to that. It was plastic. We got with our Twinkie pan. Yeah.
What a joke.
It didn't last. I threw it away along with the little flimsy pastry bag that they gave you to go with it. It popped. It was like a blister. All the filling just went all over the stove, all over me, all over the floor, all over the wall.
Greg says, "Ooh, woo, fancy pipe bag."
Yeah, yes, sir. Well, I use them enough to make it worth the small expenditure of price to get one, a good one. I'd spent probably 3 times the amount on cheap crapola ones from the grocery store.
Yeah.
That didn't even work good once. All right.
Scott says, "Do you have to hollow out the donuts, and how do you know when you've put enough in it?"
That's 2 good questions. You don't hollow them out. Well, I was saying a minute ago, you take this skewer, find one that's cooled down a little bit, put it in there, just kind of swirl it around and back and forth and create a little room. Now there's a pocket in there for that cream filling to fit. That custard.
Greg says that bag couldn't handle your piping skills.
My piping skills suck. A decorator, I am not. But I use it. I use the piping bag for, like, if I'm gonna make chocolate eclairs. Pipe that out.
Yep.
Okay. Before I do that, let's get some chocolate on them. Woo! Still too hot. I need to give them a minute. It's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, whether you fill them first or dump them first.
Scott says, "I love donuts. Learning how they're made is awesome to him."
Donuts are awesome. Let's get this cream in here.
should have got a different spoon.
Where is this? Is this the one I poked a hole in? It is.
Greg says chocolate before piping. Piping first, laugh my ass off, lovely people. Lisa says, hey Tom, did you ever like animal cracker cookies?
You bet. Bet I did. Okay.
Great. Please lick the spoon.
You can also tell how full they're getting just by the weight. They pick up the weight after you start squirting it in there. Oh yeah, she's gonna be good.
Yum.
That almost looks like a muffin.
Greg says it's just my thing to lick the spoon.
Okay, Greg, really, buddy, it's gonna make you feel better.
It's not a spoon, it's a fork, but it'll work.
Yep. That's what I was using. Yep.
Scott said the first string the dog slept through the whole thing. You're not making anything with enough meat, I bet.
Yeah, if I was cooking bacon, they'd be in here.
Yeah, they like bacon. Polly heard the word bacon and opened her eyes and looked.
In the mornings, when we cook bacon, they each get half of a whole piece of bacon.
Greg says, huzzah, I can go to sleep now.
There's been a couple of times where I've put like a treat or whatever in Chumley's mouth when he was sleeping, and he, ate it and was just still sleeping. So I wonder if that was like a dream to him. Like, oh man, I had the best dream. I was eating treats.
Scott says random, but does anyone else love sporks?
Sporks. I would rather call them a food. But yeah, sporks, they have their use. And
if the dogs were in here, they'd look it up.
Yep. Yep, I plotched the floor. Is that all 6? Nope. Oh. One thing about doing that, you got to be careful you don't rip a hole in the side or the bottom or the top. Now the tips that a bakery would use, the hole is a lot bigger than what you got on here, but just takes an extra second.
Scott says I love sporks for camping.
Yep. Yeah, they definitely have their use.
Greg says, Scott, you mean spoon forks?
Yep. A foon.
Yeah, spoon fork, spork.
Looks like I'm going to have about the right amount of pastry cream here.
Cool.
I might even give one of these to my neighbor. He was nice enough and brought his little rotor-rooter snake and snaked my pipe for me. Didn't get a backup, but it was coming. So, a little preventive measures, and it saved me a whole bunch of money from calling a plumber. So, I'll probably turn them on to some of these here cream-filled donuts.
Greg says handicap forks, you mean? LOL. Forks. Scott says, I want one of those donuts so bad.
All right, last one to fill.
Scott says, oh, how did your neighbor like that stromboli you made them?
Yeah, absolutely. They loved it. I gave them a good sized one, so I think 4 or 5 of them ate it. Absolutely loved it. All right. They're all filled, so go back through and put a little extra in some of these. Feel the weight. This one don't have a hole.
See how you are?
My little extra baby one here.
Greg says, Scott, same. What is the price on those donuts and shipping costs?
Yeah. Well, I don't think you're going to like them by the time they get there. They're not going to be that fresh.
Yeah, it would take a while to get to Australia.
I would think. You don't have any overnight flight services. Or if they do, they don't have them from here. All right, let me get this. Bust that cream out of there. Now, the rest of that will not go to waste. I'll put some of that pastry cream on top of French toast in the morning.
Greg says they will be fine.
Okay. Now let's get this chocolate on them. Chocolate! Oh yeah. That is good. Oh yeah. These are, I can feel the weight. These are going to be good. There's so much cream in this one, it almost split open. Did I make enough? Let's see.
Greg says I was going to say who is going to pipe their mouth with that filling. Yes, please.
Okay.
Those look delicious.
Yes, they do. Okay.
Greg says that one is mine. Thank you.
Okay, so dessert can just slide over there.
Kmart says, do you call it a Boston cream in Colorado?
Sometimes they call them Bismarcks. Sometimes they just call them custard filled.
Yeah.
It really kind of depends on where you get it. I've seen it called all kinds of different stuff here, but Bismarck's and Boston creams are about the most common. Let me see.
Greg says, "Don't you dare wash that bowl out."
Wow, that looks absolutely fantastic. I'm going to give it about another minute or so, then I'll pull it out, give it a couple minutes to rest. It looks so good. I'll get my little light out and give you guys a look-see. It smells amazing.
Pretty good.
That Asiago, if you haven't ever tried Asiago cheese like on a pizza or in ravioli or lasagna, try it. It's so good. Come on now. One more minute. I want it to pass. I'm trying to be somewhat patient. There it is. Wow, that looks really good. Okay. Set that down for a second. Grab my light. Doesn't that look amazing? The cheese is just starting to get a nice little bit of golden brown on there. It should be at least heated through. So I'm going to give that just a minute to kind of rest so that it just doesn't fall apart when I cut it open. I can slide my chair over.
Greg says, "Wow, I'm going to try all these out. Now you lovely family have taught me." Thank you so much.
Well, you were very welcome. Really, none of this stuff, cooking is not hard. All it takes is a little bit of practice. And once you've learned some basic stuff, really, I mean, and none of it's that difficult. The only thing is some things take more time than others. But that's all it is, really.
Chumley smells food. He's awake now.
Oh, I don't want to wait. I want to cut into this and just go.
It's like gonna fall apart if you do, huh?
It's like being a kid in a candy store. You know, or it's like somebody giving you a brand new Mercedes and giving you the keys and saying you can't drive it anywhere. Heck with it. I'm going to cut it. I ain't going to wait no more. Probably should wait. It's really soft. Okay.
Chumley wants some.
I know he does. You smell that, buddy? You smell that?
Says, "Ah."
Here he comes. Here, look, right here.
He's like, "Oh my god."
I plopped some of that custard, so.
Here comes Polly too. He's like, "What's he getting? I want some." Yeah, doesn't
Not
daddy.
any left. I ran the bowl. That's too bad. Here, I got a little bit leaking out of the end of this one. I'll give her a taste off my finger here. Chumley, come up here and say hi. Come on. Come on up. No, I don't want to scratch your butt. Come on up.
Greg says, "I'm glad you have the strength. I would have eaten half of it." And he goes, "Don't forget the crusty bits."
Oh no. Crusty bits on the edges are delicious.
And Scott says, "Dragons have woken."
Can I have a kiss? Chumley, give me a kiss.
Greg says, look out, here comes the freight train.
That's such a good boy. Chumley the wonder dog. It's a wonder that he's even a dog. Thank you for that kiss. He gives good kisses. Yes, you do. Can I have one more kiss? One more? One more kiss. That is such a good boy. That is such a good boy, yes. Kisses for
He says, now I want lasagna or donuts.
All right, go on. Okay. Enough playing.
Greg says, that tail is a weapon.
It is a weapon. Now, he's cleared the coffee table a couple of times with it.
Scott says, love to see Chum and Polly.
Good kids.
And Greg says, beautiful dog.
Thank you. They are some beautiful pups. All right. I don't care if it falls apart. I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm too hungry. Woo! That did a little bit, not too bad.
There you go. Go on.
There you go, Mrs. Old Guy. Take that one and I'll show them
Thank you.
another one. You're welcome. Okay. Slide this out of the way. Give you folks something to drool over here. Come on, thing.
Yep, down a little more. Yep.
There you go, guys. There's that ravioli lasagna. Natalie. And this was Natalie's request. And I forgot to put a link in the description. Mrs. Old Guy, maybe you could just pull up just open a new tab and go to YouTube and search Natalie Nicole. Now I'm going to post her channel. She does have a YouTube channel, and she posts relaxation videos. So it's like soothing music, or not music, but natural sounds like rainstorms or oceans or whatever. So check her channel out. Give her a sub, and enjoy the relaxation. Did you find it?
No, because it's got some letters after it, but I don't remember what they are.
Put Natalie Nicole, and then just put channel, see what comes up. Okay, guys. First bite of the lasagna. Oh. I can't tell you how good that is. What is this? Beyond me describing it, it is delicious. No. It wasn't hot. I just like to make funny noises when I eat. This is one of the. This is a very interesting idea for a ravioli. For lasagna, boy.
Okay, let me catch up here real quick.
Okay.
Scott said Chum's head looks almost as big as yours, haha.
Bigger.
My lab's head was the size of a baseball.
Chum's head is definitely bigger than mine.
Greg wants me to review, please. I'm going to wait till it cools before I put it in my mouth. Scott said, just found out my mom made homemade blueberry cobbler with ice cream. Looking forward to that
Oh,
later.
yum. Yeah, I think I made a blueberry cobbler a while back that turned out really nice.
Greg says, saliva, og, Homer Simpson. Scott said, or Greg says, yeah, I do that too. Don't burn your mouth now.
Oh, that is so good.
And I did put her link in there.
Awesome.
Greg says, MFG, drink.
Man.
And Big Peen Dre, no cap. Oh man, be careful. Big Peen Dre, no cap is here.
Oh, okay. I don't recognize the name, but welcome. Thank you for hitting the sub button. Let me tell you what happens here on Saturday nights. People suggest a dinner for me to make. And we have all these suggestions. I got to get my wheel up here. But I have them all written down on a wheel, and I give them a spin. And whatever comes up on the wheel is what I make like a week or two down the road. Letting people know that we keep track of who requested what meal. Tonight was ravioli lasagna. And on my community page, I had people vote to what kind of dessert to make. And this week it was these yummy cream-filled donuts. Let me see if I can find that wheel.
It's right there. By the way, Greg, it's very delicious. Yum.
There's my wheel. I'll give her a spin here in a minute. Right now I'm enjoying this lasagna. Also, just so you know, when I cook, I try to make as much as I possibly can from scratch. I use very, very, very little in the way of canned or processed products. Now, some things I do get, but most things I make fresh. So. Oh man.
I would have to say it's a 5 out of 5. Yes, out of 5, madam.
Out of 5? Yeah, 5 out of 5, absolutely.
Good.
Really, the sauce just turned out absolutely amazing.
And with everything else, the sausage ain't that hot, really. For a hot sausage.
Yeah.
Greg says, looks like a 6. Would laugh my ass off.
Looks like what?
A 6. 6 out of 5.
6 out of 5, yeah. Well, that tastes like a 6 out of 5.
Good idea, Natalie.
Yep, great idea.
Greg says, woohoo. Now I'm flying over there.
Oh, you know, you are welcome to come to our house for dinner anytime. Just let me know, and I'll cook it up. That would be the least I could do for you for coming all that way.
Big Peen says, I love the concept, guys. Love your energy. Can't stay long, but I did sub. I'll see you again. Y'all later.
Well, thank you very much for coming in, checking me out, hitting the sub. I appreciate it very, very much. Every week, Saturday night, 5 to 7 my time, whatever that time is your time. And tonight I'm running a little bit late, but that's okay. I don't mind. That was worth the wait.
Scott says, wait, we need to know what Polly and Chummy think. Just kidding.
I could easily eat another piece of that. Holy mackerel, that is really, really good.
It is. It's better than you would think it would be.
I know, yeah, it is way, way good. I mean, the ravioli part isn't that big of a deal, just because, you know, it's all made from the same ingredients, but the flavor of everything is just amazing. I don't care if it fell apart.
Greg says, if you need help getting here over in Aussie, more than happy to help.
Hey, I would love to go. Absolutely. I would think that would be fantastic. What part? You said you were on the Gold Coast, is that right? Is that what you said before? Near Sydney?
Scott says, thanks for the sub. We are one step closer to 1,000 and Tom's challenge.
Yep. Absolutely. You know, this last week was really good for me on subs. I picked up, over 100. Like about 130 new subs over this last week. I'm really stoked about it. Instead of being 500 away from my 1,000, I'm only about 400 away from my 1,000 subs. So
yep.
I'm hoping to keep cranking on that, and I hope I get to see Val in California in just a month or two. That's what I'm hoping.
Greg says, hey, that's my piece. Big Peen says, God bless, it's about bedtime here on the East Coast. Take care.
Oh, yep. It's 3-hour difference. Well, thanks for coming in tonight, hanging out with old guy, checking me out. Come back next week. What do we got coming up next week? I hope it's not more Italian. We've had Italian the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Manicotti.
More Italian.
Did you spin?
I did not spin.
Greg says New South Wales, Sydney.
Okay.
And SW,
New South Wales. That's right. Okay. There's only 3 items left. Chicken pot pie, chicken biscuit bake, and stuffed meatballs.
Scott says, wow, 130, that's awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. That was awesome. So I'm going to have to spin until I land on one.
Oh, that was close.
There it is. Okay, Miguel's chicken biscuit bake. So that's coming up week after next. Chicken biscuit bake. And we've only got 2 positions left before we'll fill up the whole thing again.
Greg says Val is awesome and the rest of the reckless eating crew.
Mm-hmm.
Scott says, Greg Wells, I agree. Love the WE crew. Scott says, chicken pot, please. He says, aw, dang.
My 3 favorite things, chicken pot pie.
Greg says, wow, that sounds awesome.
Very, very, very tasty. What's really getting it is the two main things for me. What's really making this particular lasagna good is the sauce and the use of the white wine. Man, look. It has a very almost complex flavor. That's so good.
It is. It's really good. Yum.
Wow. I ate almost more than I should have. Wow, it's good. Wow.
Good, but I'm leaving room for a donut. Yes, please.
I can hear. I was just listening to Polly take her drink. Oh, man. Holy smokies. That was just... unbelievably good. Make you want to slap your...
Scott says, how much of Chum's water ends up on the floor?
About a third. He has a habit of
There you go.
getting a big drink of water and then coming up and putting his face on your lap.
Yep, better go see Chum. Polly's birth mission, but something.
I want a heavy one. Ooh. There you go.
Ooh, thank you.
You're welcome. Now I guess I should bring this over for the guys. Get the fancy light bar going. Oh, come on, stupid thing.
Looks delicious.
Ha 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 ha. Oh, look at that.
Greg says, oh my God, someone's drinking some water. Scott says, Polly.
Yep.
He says, LOL, water kiss.
Yeah. Hey, water kiss, all right. Here we go, guys.
Scott said my dog used me as a rag so he would drink a bunch of water, then come over and wipe his drool wet face on my pants and shirt. Ah.
That's what Chumley does. Oh. Oh.
Greg says, oh my God, I almost took a bite.
I gotta show you. What I like. Look at that cream. See how much is in there? Oh. Oh. Look at that. That custard turned out really, really, really nice.
There you go. They want a donut.
It's not at all grainy. It's just sweet enough.
Greg says, I can't watch this. Stanley Furrow. So jealous. That looks amazing.
Stanley! Welcome to Old Guy's Kitchen. I don't recognize the name. Thank you for hitting the sub button. I do appreciate it very much. Saturday nights, I cook what you request. It's as simple as that. Every Saturday night, I cook a dinner and a dessert of one form or another. And I try to cook as much from scratch as I possibly can. And man, tonight I made ravioli, lasagna. I'm at a loss to say how good it was. I'm running a little late tonight. That's okay. I'll go for another 5-6 minutes. And as a matter of fact, since we're getting close to wrapping things up, always looking for new food suggestions. Just remember that if you request something, the only way you're going to know if I'm going to make it or when I'm going to make it is to watch on Saturday nights. I'll spin the wheel behind me. In 2 weeks, after I spin, that's what's going to come up. So next week, manicotti. The week after that, chicken biscuit bake. And these are items that have been requested by you folks, you guys, the viewers, and I appreciate it very much. Not only does it, make my channel worth doing, but it gives us something to have that's a little bit different that I might not otherwise make. And so it breaks up the boredom of the same old thing for dinner all the time. So that's another reason why I really like these. And over this last year, we have had some amazing food requests, dinner requests that have just been absolutely phenomenal. So I thank you guys very much. And please, any last minute comments, suggestions, questions, now's a good time to do that. Now's a good time. I'm going to eat another bite of my donut.
Scott says, how good is that donut? I have never wanted one of your desserts so bad. And Greg says, "Og, I need to buy a new screen. Tooth marks on it now."
Oh, man. That custard. Make it half and half with half cream and half milk. It is so rich. Just the flavor is just amazing.
Lisa and Wild Man's out of here.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Wild Man. I hope to see you guys next weekend. You have a good week, okay? Be safe.
Scott says, enjoying the longer stream. Didn't you start doing an hour stream and now you're doing 2.5 hours?
Well, I started with an hour. Now I'm doing 2. Every now and then I run over, like tonight, just because I babbled a lot and I kind of had a lot to do, so.
Miller Time Spicy Warriors here.
Chris, good evening, sir. We're just about to wrap things up. You missed out on the ravioli lasagna. Oh, it was so good.
He says, not been on social media too much this month, taking a break, been here for a bit. Everything looks amazing. I am super hungry now.
Well, I hope you are. And I hope you get some dinner.
Scott says, love the community on your channel. Steve wants to do loaded nachos.
Loaded nachos. Yes! Yes!
Drake says, when are you doing your next one?
Next Saturday night. Every Saturday night at the same time. I have no idea what the time is there, or how you would how you do that, but I start an hour and a half or 2.5 hours earlier than we are now. So 5 p.m. my time, and I don't know what the time difference is between here and Australia. I think somewhere around 14 hours or maybe 17. I'm not sure. So, but
Greg says YouTube will notify me, but good to know.
Yes, you're right. The tube will hopefully will let you know. But yeah, every Saturday night, same time. There's been a couple Saturdays where I haven't done it, but I usually let people know plenty ahead of time.
Drake says, I love it when you babble over, and Scott says, you don't babble. Love the longer streams. Stanley says, you make a guy feel welcome, and he says, thank you for your content.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You know, if it wasn't for subs, and it wasn't for people like you that come in and look and watch my stream, hang out with me on Saturday night, really, this would be absolutely pointless. So I thank you folks. I thank you very, very much. What else can I say? You know, without you guys' support, I might as well just pack up my bags and go home, as they say, even though I'm already home. So get them in, folks. Last minute food or dinner suggestions. We had one, loaded nachos.
I think loaded nachos might already be on the list, but I did write it down.
Yep. Well, and in that case, we just put both people's name. If two people have requested the same thing, we just put both people's name when we do it. That's how that works.
Greg says, you make my Sunday, the both of you and the kids.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it is Sunday there. Yep. What time is it there now? Like around noon or something? I'm just curious what time of day it is there in Aussie land.
What are you whining about, Chumley, huh? You didn't get a donut.
Oh, this is so good.
It just says loaded nachos. So that's two people that said loaded nachos tonight.
Okay. Go ahead and put the name down then. So we get everybody's name that said it. Okay, guys. I'm going to call it quits. It was a fantastic dinner. Natalie, thank you so very much. That was a great, great food or dinner request. I'm glad you made it. I'm glad I made it. Because it was killer. Absolutely killer. I'm going to get out of here now. Again, I appreciate everybody coming out and hanging out with Old Guy on Saturday nights when there's probably something better to do. So I really appreciate that a whole lot. And I'm going to ask you, just like always, please go out and give back in your community. Just help out a neighbor, go down to a local clothing bank and help them sort stuff, go to a soup kitchen and maybe help them peel potatoes or something. Just give back some way, somehow, to your community, okay? Thank you very much. I'm going to see you all next week. And in the meantime, you take care, and I'll see you later. Bye now.
Okay, done. I wrote those on the wrong side down.